Welcome, everyone. Today we're diving into a whirlwind of controversies where the MAGA base seems to be in full rebellion mode, specifically over the recent Epstein scandal that's rattling Trump's brand.
Wow, that's quite the storm, right? What exactly sparked this?
Well, at Turning Point USA's Student Action Summit, attendees burst into boos over the Trump administration's handling of documents related to the late financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. They weren't
Yeah,
holding back, clearly showing discontent from within their own ranks.
that's pretty intense. So the anger is coming from the MAGA base itself?
Exactly. It's like they're saying, "Hey, this isn't what we signed up for." They're upset by how the files were managed and the reaction is loud and clear.
Right. And meanwhile, isn't Trump on the public defense cycle? I recall something about him backing AG Pam Bondi.
You're spot on. Over the weekend, Trump stepped forward to publicly defend former AG Pam Bondi's handling of the Epstein case. It's a bold move, almost as if he's trying to reassure his supporters, despite the internal uproar.
That seems like a calculated move. Do you think it's enough to quiet the MAGA base?
I honestly doubt it. The reaction at the summit suggests that many supporters feel betrayed. It's like witnessing a brewing civil war within the movement, right?
Yeah, indeed. It's interesting how internal conflicts like this can shift the narrative. What are some of the broader implications here?
Well, for one, it shows that even the MAGA brand is not monolithic anymore. The fact that these issues are leading to chants and visible dissent signals that the core base may be fracturing. It raises questions
Absolutely.
on brand loyalty and the future direction of the movement.
So it seems like there's an element of rebellion brewing. Do you think this could affect Trump's political comeback or his influence within GOP circles?
That's a great question. There's a real risk that this kind of internal strife could undermine his credibility if his supporters start feeling misled or
Right, exactly.
disillusioned. It's akin to trying to fly with a split wing. You might still get airborne, but it's not a sustainable flight.
I like that analogy. But what do you make of the timing here? I mean, the Epstein scandal has been around for a while. Why now?
Good point. It appears the timing might be linked with a broader political narrative. As media outlets like MSNBC spotlight these events, the scandal is suddenly used as a lever to question Trump's governance and, more importantly, his allegiance to his base.
That makes sense. Speaking of media, the video we're discussing comes from MSNBC, right? And it's gathered a significant view count in just hours.
Yes, indeed, over 269,000 views in about 8 hours. That's a huge indication of the audience's appetite
Yeah,
for
it's
such
wild.
controversies. It underscores not only the flashpoints within MAGA supporters, but also the broader national interest in these dramatic turns.
So, in this light, do you think the media is amplifying the internal disparities within the movement or reporting a genuine crisis?
I'd say it's a bit of both. On one hand, the media is drawing attention to an actual split. Supporters are clearly upset.
I see that.
On the other hand, heightened media coverage feeds into the narrative of chaos and rebellion, which might be, well, a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Interesting perspective. What do you think are some of the deeper layers here? Is it just about Epstein files or broader issues of trust and transparency?
Oh, it's definitely deeper than just the paper trail of Epstein. This incident taps into long-standing grievances about trust in leadership. It's like if you discover your trusted coach, who's been guiding you for years, mishandles critical game strategies. That betrayal spreads doubt quickly. The handling of
Absolutely.
such sensitive files feeds directly into narratives of neglect and corruption.
And that can ripple out into electoral trust, right? It's not just about one scandal, it's about the integrity of the whole process.
Precisely. There's a real danger that this could erode the very foundation of the base's trust in their leader. It's like a crack in the foundation of a building. If left unchecked, it can lead to a full-on collapse.
Exactly. Yet, I do have to challenge one point. Isn't it somewhat unfair to pin all internal dissent solely on mismanagement of scandal files? Weren't there other factors at play, such as political rhetoric and media framing?
That's a fair critique. It's not just about the files themselves. It's the narratives built around them. The media, political opponents, even factions within the MAGA movement have, in their own ways, influenced how these events are perceived.
Right, absolutely.
The ecosystem of political messaging is complex and multifaceted.
Definitely. And it makes you wonder about the future dynamics. Will this lead to a rebranding of MAGA as a movement, or could it catalyze a complete split?
That's the million-dollar question. Some view these conflicts as an evolution, a way to purge elements seen as compromising their ideals. Others worry it might lead to irreversible fragmentation. Either
Exactly.
way, it's clear that the fallout from this scandal is already shaping and will continue to shape political alignments moving forward.
And the reaction from the summit with such overt boos really drives home that discontent is palpable, right?
Yes, very much so. It wasn't a quiet, subdued protest. It was a public, vocal, almost theatrical moment. It's like they wanted the world to see just how disappointed they were.
Exactly. This brings us back full circle. Trump's strategy of defending Bondi seems to be, in his eyes at least, a move to counteract this dissent by leaning on his established allies.
That's right. By standing by Bondi, Trump is not only legitimizing her actions, but also trying to signal that he stands with a particular faction of his administration. However, that strategy might unintentionally highlight the internal rifts even more.
True. Now, let's consider the broader media implications. How does this play into the overall political media landscape?
The media, especially channels like MSNBC, are pivoting this into a larger narrative about accountability and transparency in political leadership. It's a veritable showcase of internal dissent being amplified for national headlines.
Yeah, it's a power play. And this might further polarize audiences as supporters on both sides double down on their beliefs, right?
Absolutely. When you have a situation that's so charged, where the fan base itself is in revolt, it can lead to even more extreme positions. It's like adding fuel to an already blazing fire, and we all know how that kind of pressure can really affect political outcomes.
No doubt. I guess the next steps for Trump's team will be critical. Do they attempt any damage control, or will they double down, risking further alienation of the base?
That's the strategic conundrum. They could push for damage control by addressing the concerns directly, or they might lean into it, framing dissent as a necessary purge to maintain ideological purity.
Yeah, exactly.
Either way, it's a high stakes gamble.
I'm curious. Do you think this entire debacle will have long-term implications for MAGA's political influence?
Potentially, yes. If the current rifts aren't remedied, or if the administration fails to rebuild trust, this could mark a turning point. The MAGA base might split into factions or lose its unified clout, and that could reverberate through upcoming elections.
That's a clear possibility. Well, it's certainly a situation unfolding with many twists and turns. Any final thoughts on what this means for political storytelling in our era?
It all underscores how modern political storytelling is, as much about managing narratives and internal dissent as it is about policy or ideology. It's like a high-drama soap opera played out on a national stage, where every move is dissected to the nth degree.
Exactly, right on. Fascinating insights. It'll be interesting to see how everything evolves as walls crumble and new alliances form.
Indeed, it's a dynamic landscape and one we'll definitely be watching closely. Thanks for the great discussion.
Thanks for the deep dive. It really brings the full picture into focus.